before breakfast. We're after the breakfast and we're after the supper now at this stage, as we call it over here. Welcome to episode 112. I'm a little bit stubborn. I don't want to stop the cycle. We have not failed to have at least one stream per week since we started back in March 2020.
That's great.
And Kathleen will attest that I can be a little stubborn and set in my ways when I want to be.
For sure.
Unless she calls me over the chair and tells me otherwise, and then I've got to respect her wishes and abide by them. I've learned that fairly swiftly, Kathleen, under your magic spell. And whiskey before breakfast. And yeah, we're heading to Kelleher this evening for a gig that came in at short notice. Very grateful for that. I've been without live gigs for so long. I'm just like a kid without sweets. I just go to it, don't I, Kathleen?
You sure do.
I'm drawn to it. I just love performing. And you folks have been my stalwart rock over the last 2 years, and I'm not going to forget that in a hurry. Hope we have helped you as well, and we'll keep it going as long as we can. And okay, so continue on, Patrick. Stop talking, get your act together, and move on. And so the show will be about an hour long this evening, folks. We got to get our butts in the van and get moving to Kelleher when we finish up around 7:30. Okay. I diddy diddle dum diddy doodle diddle dum diddy do right diddy die day. I diddy diddle dum diddy doodle diddle dum diddy do right diddy die day. I diddy diddle dum diddy doodle diddle dum diddy do right diddy die day. I diddy diddle dum diddy doodle diddle dum diddy do right diddy die day. That the grasses grow, the waters flow in a free and easy way. But give me enough for the final stuff that's made near Galway Bay. And policemen all from Donegal, Sligo and Leitrim too, we'll give them a slip when we take a sip of the rail on Mountain Dew. I diddy diddle dum diddy doodle diddle dum diddy do right diddy die day. I diddy diddle dum diddy doodle diddle dum diddy do right diddy die day. At the foot of the hill is a neat little still where the smoke curls up to the sky. By the smoke and smell you can plainly tell it's a good shin brew nearby. It fills the air with an odour rare, but it's but me and you. From home you stroll, you can take a bowl and a bucket full of Mountain Dew. I diddy diddle dum diddy doodle diddle dum diddy do right diddy die day. I diddy diddle dum diddy doodle diddle dum diddy do right diddy die day. Learned men who use the pen, I wrote your praises high. The sweet poteen from Ireland green, distilled from wheat and rye. Throw away your pills that will cure all ills, be you pagan, Christian or Jew. Take off your coat and freeze your throat with a bucket full of Mountain Dew. I diddy diddle dum diddy doodle diddle dum diddy do right diddy die day. I diddy diddle dum diddy doodle diddle dum diddy do right diddy die day. Let the grasses grow and the waters flow in a free and easy way. But give me enough for the final stuff that's made near Galway Bay. And policemen all from Donegal, Sligo and Leitrim too, we'll give them a slip when we take a sip of the rail on Mountain Dew. I diddy diddle dum diddy doodle diddle dum diddy do right diddy die day. I diddy diddle dum diddy doodle diddle dum diddy do right diddy die day. I diddy diddle dum diddy doodle diddle dum diddy do right diddy die day. I diddy diddle dum diddy doodle diddle dum diddy do right diddy die day. Yeah. The rare old Mountain Dew, one of the great songs brought to us by many, but particularly the Clancy brothers and Tommy Makem. And I know that the Dubliners did a version with the Pogues, to my knowledge, or around the mid to late 80s. And okay. Seekers were great folk, still going, I think, in some format in Australia. And I always loved this song because I sang it to all my children. They were young, and most of them, they all the three learned it, Kathleen, didn't it?
Did actually.
To sing it, and Ricky used to sing it at the live gigs when he started singing about 4 years of age, and he's still at it, for better or for worse. It's a disease you can't shake off for sure. It's a beautiful song for children, all about a fictional train that the children climb aboard on every night when they go to bed and fall asleep. And they're nice and safe away from the evils of the world, all snugly and warm. It's called Morningtown Ride. Train whistle blowing makes a sleepy noise underneath the blankets for all the girls and boys. Rockin', rollin', riding out along the bay, all bound for Morningtown, many miles away. Driver up the engine, fireman rings the bell, Sandman swings the lantern to show that all is well. Rockin', rollin', riding out along the bay, all bound for Morningtown, many miles away. Somewhere there is sunshine, somewhere there is day, somewhere there is Morningtown, many miles away. Rockin', rollin', riding out along the bay, all bound for Morningtown, many miles away. And maybe it is raining where our train must ride. All the little travelers are warm and snug inside. Rockin', rollin', riding out along the bay, all bound for Morningtown, many miles away. Rockin', rollin', riding out along the bay, all bound for Morningtown, many miles away. Love this song. Do you like it, Kathleen?
Yeah, I love it.
Brings back memories.
I was just going to say it's some lovely memories.
Okay, I'm going to do a song for the first time this evening. I did a little bit of practicing, maybe not enough. And Jan Downs usually requests a song every week, and thank you, Jan, for keeping me on my toes. And this is a beautiful song co-written by Ralph Mattel and Phil Coulter. And it was sung mainly by the late, great Jim McCann. And there's a beautiful song called I Loved the Ground She Walked Upon. I loved the ground where we walked upon, and the air she would softly breathe, the feather touch of her gentle lips that only a fool would leave, that only a fool would leave. But we tasted forbidden wine. Do I love the ground she walked upon? I could never have made her mine. The swallows fly all along the canal, and I watch with a heavy heart. In dizzy spins they dive and wheel, touch wings and then depart. Touch wings and then depart as the summer fades away. Do I love the ground she walked upon? I knew that I could not stay. The swallow is a summer's child, and she flies before the cold. Though I love the ground she walked upon, she was not mine to hold. She was not mine to hold, but it was easy to pretend. Though I loved the ground she walked upon, a summer has no end. Though I love the ground she walked upon, a summer has no end. Well, it's
It is a beautiful song, yes.
properly. But, sometimes you got to dip your toes in hot water and see how you get on. And our friends in Western Canada, we were lucky to get to Western Canada before COVID struck, and a beautiful trip. It was way beyond our expectations. Kathleen is still to thank me for planning it so well. You can do it in public, Kathleen, if you'd like to.
It was a wonderful trip, I have to say, from start to finish.
Really. And Kathleen, if you heard that bang there, that Kathleen is wearing a kind of an orthopedic shoe. She decided to fall last weekend. I won't tell you where. She fell into a building and picked herself up and looked a bit embarrassed.
Well, I can tell them where I fell. My first time going back to Mass since COVID began.
Back to church.
Back to church, and I fell in the door.
He was trying to tell you something, or it was trying to tell you something.
I think so.
You'll live, you'll survive, Kathleen.
I'll survive, I will.
So now, having said that, you did get on a horse, and you rode a horse for an hour in up in the Rockies in Western Canada. You didn't fall off the horse.
No, I did not.
You did exceptionally well. As I have to praise myself. We hadn't been on a horse for 35 years.
No.
We had pictures to prove it. And they're not photoshopped either.
They're not.
Along the trail. But speaking of Canada, our friends from Western Canada, John and Jane have just got married a few days ago, and we wish them the very best. We can't wait to get back to you. They were our hosts in Vancouver Island when we eventually got down to that side of Western Canada, and their friends. There was two couples we met in Kinmare, Kathleen. That was
That's right.
Louise and Ed. Were kind enough to get my Stan Rogers special stamps, and they came during the week, and they're absolutely superb.
They're lovely.
One of my biggest heroes in folk music, and so we'll do one of his songs that I love singing, and it's got really a lot of hope and thought in the song, called the Mary Ellen Carter. No matter what you've lost, be it the love of home or a friend, like the Mary Ellen Carter, rise again, don't give up. And that's the moral in the song. Hard to do at times, but we'll all strive to do so. And okay, the Mary Ellen Carter. What else was I going to say about it, Kathleen? Not sure. skipper he'd been drinking, and the mate he felt no pain. Too close to 3 Mile Rock when she was dealt her mortal blow, and the Mary Ellen Carter settled low. There was justice by the border when she finally was awash. We worked like hell to save her, all heedless of the cost. But the groan she gave as she went down, it caused us to proclaim we'd make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Well, the owners wrote her off, not a nickel would they spend. She gave us 20 years of service, boys, and met her sorry end. But insurance paid the loss to us, so let her rest below. And they laughed at us and said we had to go. We talked of her all winter, some days around the clock. She's worth $250,000 floating at the dock. But at every jar that hit the bar, we swore we would remain and make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Rise again, rise again. Let her name not be lost to the knowledge of men. All those who loved her best and were with her till the end will make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Spring now we've been with her on a barge lent by a friend. 3 dives a day and hard hat suits, twice I've had a bend. Thank God it's only 60 feet and the currents here are slow, or I'd never have the strength to go below. We've hatched her and stocked her vents, stop hatch and port all down, put cables to her fore and aft and girdered her round. Tomorrow noon we hit the air and then take up the strain and make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Rise again, rise again. Let her name not be lost to the knowledge of men. All those who loved her best and were with her till the end will make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Couldn't leave her there, you see, to crumble into scale. She'd saved our lives so many times, living through the gales. But the laughing drunken rats who left her to a sorry grave, they won't be laughing in another day. And you to whom adversity has dealt the final blow, with smiling bastards lying to you everywhere you go, turn to and put out all your strength of arm and heart and brain, and like the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Rise again, rise again. Though your heart it be broken and life about to end, no matter what you've lost, be it a home and of a friend, like the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Rise again, rise again. Though your heart it be broken and life about to end, no matter what you've lost, be it a home, a love, a friend, like the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Don't give up. next song was written by Tommy Makem, and it was brought to my attention first by my good friend, the late Bobby Clancy. And Bobby was one of the Clancy brothers. Originally, he was initially the guy that stayed at home, but he joined them from 1970 something on until the 90s and 1990s. A song called No More Good Times. You remember Bobby singing this, Kathy?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
He probably sang it in this living room.
It is. Probably is.
And to change the tuning, it's not just tuning, changing the tuning. Written by Tommy Makem, saying there's no more good times. And he gave me a little monologue separately, and I usually combine both. And the monologue says, one life is all you'll ever have. Slow down before you lose it, for it seems a crime to make good time and then not live to use it. There'll be no more good times now that you're down. Nothing but sorrow at my door. All I see is rain from my dusty window pane. I'll never find the good times anymore. Times anymore. Well, once I walked a rainbow, the moon on the string, heard the ocean laughing and heard the mountains sing. Saw a ship a-sailing on a voyage to the sun, but that was in the good times, and the good times are all gone. There'll be no more good times now that you're leaving. Nothing but sorrow at my door. All I see is rain from my dusty window pane. I'll never find the good times anymore. Never find the good times anymore. Well, the rainbow that I walked upon has vanished from the sky. The golden river is muddy and the moon flew past me by. And the ship that I saw sailing will never reach the sun, for that was in the good times, and the good times are all gone. There'll be no more good times now that you're leaving. Nothing but sorrow at my door. All I see is rain from my dusty window pane. I'll never find the good times anymore. Still hear and see him play it, Kathy. And the last concerts that he did was myself and Dan OSullivan. We had a CD launch in 2001, wasn't it, Kathy? Yeah, just before we left for America for our first time.
That's right.
We had our new CD in our hand, and then all hell broke loose, and we got stuck over there for 6 extra days. 9/11 occurred while we were there for the first time, but we got home safe. We're still around to tell the story. And I remember he launched the CD for us, and he sang and he played this banjo, and got photographs of it. And as a matter of fact, we got a portrait painted of one of those photographs of Bobby Clancy, and we were hoping to honour him on a particular night, but he passed away before we could do it. So the portrait hung over his coffin as he was laid out in the family home in Carrick-on-Shore. William Street, where all the Clancy brothers and sisters grew up together. Steeped in song. Happy birthday to Teresa O'Rourke over there in UK, and originally from Coachford, and her birthday was on the 16th, and aptly the song is called Sweet 16. Before that, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Teresa, happy birthday to you. When first I saw the love light in your eyes, I thought the world held not but joy for me. And even though we drifted far apart, I never dreamed of what I dreamed of thee. I love you as I've never loved before. Since first I saw you on the village green, come to me, here my dreams of love are o'er. I love you as I loved you when you were sweet, when you were sweet 16. Last night I dreamt I held your hand in mine, that once again you were my bonny bride. We laughed and sang as we did in old lang syne, as to the church we wandered side by side. I love you as I've never loved before. Since first I saw you on the village green, come to me, here my dreams of love are o'er. Sweet 16, that was a big hit for the Fury Brothers and Davy Arthur in the early 1980s. You remember it, Kathleen, yeah?
Oh, yes.
For when we started going on first, it was very popular, and it's probably the first song you heard me singing, Kathleen.
That's right. I was about to say that.
I'm trying to sing.
No, you do it well.
Okay, Donegal Danny is the next song I picked. I love this sea song. It's a sad one, but written once again by Phil Coulter. And Phil was his family. He lost two of them in water tragedies. And this is about a man who lost all his friends at sea fishing in a storm. And he walked the roads as a tramp and telling his story of the sea, how cruel she was to him and his friends. He got off and survived, and he just goes around telling his story to everyone. And he vows he'd never sail the seas again. I remember the night that he came in from the wintry cold and the damp. A joint of a man in an oilskin coat, and a bundle that told he was a drown. He stood at the bar and he called a pint. Then he turned and gazed at the fire. On a night like this, to be safe and dry is my one and only desire. So here's to those that are dead and gone, to the friends that I love dear. And here's to you, and I'll bid you adieu. St. Donegal Danny's been here, me boys. Donegal Danny's been here. Then in a voice that was hushed and low, he said, listen, I'll tell you a tale. How a man of the sea became a man of the roads, and never more will set sail. I fished out of Howth and Kelleher, Ardlass and Baltimore. But the cruel sea has beaten me, and I'll end my days on the shore. So here's to those that are dead and gone, to the friends that I love dear. And here's to you, and I'll bid you adieu. St. Donegal Danny's been here, me boys. Donegal Danny's been here. One fateful night in the wind and the rain, we set sail from Kelleher's town. There was 5 of us from sweet Donegal, and 1 from County Down. We were fishermen who worked the sea and never counted the cost. We never thought ere that night was done that my fine friends would all be lost. So here's to those that are dead and gone, to the friends that I love dear. And here's to you, and I'll bid you adieu. St. Donegal Danny's been here, me boys. Donegal Danny's been here. Then the storm it broke, and it drove the boat to the rocks about 10 miles from shore. As we fought the tide, we all hoped and sighed to see our homes once more. Then she struck her rock and pulled the bow, and right into the icy sea and prayed to God we wouldn't drown. By St. John's Point in the early morn, I dragged myself on the shore, and I cursed the sea for what she had done, and I vowed I'd sail her nevermore. By St. John's Point in the early morn, I dragged myself on the shore, and I cursed the sea for what she had done, and I vowed I'd sail her nevermore. So here's to those that are dead and gone, to the friends that I love dear. And here's to you, and I'll bid you adieu. Sing Donegal, Danny's been here, me boys. Donegal, Danny's been here. Well, ever since that night I've been on the road, travelling and trying to forget that awful night I lost all my friends. I see their faces yet, and often at night when the sea is high and the rain is tearing at my skin, I hear the cries of drowning men floating over on the wind. So here's to those that are dead and gone, to the friends that I love dear. And here's to you, and I'll bid you adieu. Sing Donegal, Danny's been here, me boys. Donegal, Danny's been here. So here's to those that are dead and gone, to the friends that I love dear. And here's to you, and I'll bid you adieu. Sing Donegal, Danny's been here, me boys. Donegal, Danny's been here. Sad story, but very well put together in song. Remember those who live, make their living from the sea. And, it can be very nice and tranquil when it's calm, but by God it can get so demanding and angry when it turns. And thinking again of Stan Rogers, here's a song that accidentally or coincidentally, like most things, made us some new friends from Ontario and Canada. John McVicker and his family were here. And friends on holidays, and myself and Neil O'Reilly. Hello Neil, hello John. We're in Kelleher, and yours truly, Kathleen, and we went to Crowley's Bar, and when I asked them where they were from, they said Canada, and they mentioned Stan Rogers, and I just thought of the next song. And John wrote a lovely piece as he left Ireland. And Neil, take a bow, you and me, we even beat all those magic moments they had in Temple Bar and all over the capital of our country. His most memorable music memory was us in Kelleher. Now, maybe he was under the influence, I'm not sure. I'm going to take it as a compliment, and so should you, Neil. And hope yourself and Joan are doing good. Hope to see you very shortly. And here's your do 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 chorus. sun is rising high, burning into the day. I will say goodbye, I'll be going away. Push away my doubts, what tomorrow will hold. Feeling fine for now, going down the road to a city to sing about the birds and the winds, about the mountains in spring, the rivers that bend, the rocky deep pass, puppies and ponies running through the grass, going down the road. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. In the darkness they sit, they holler for more. White smoke in a wisp from here to the door. Their admission they pay for the stories they're told. Feeling better for now, facing down the road. Heavy rain at my back, lazy meadows ahead. In my book I keep track of the promises made from my songs in the town that tomorrow will hold. Feeling better for now, going down the road. Do-do-do-do. Sun is rising high, burning into the day. I will say goodbye, I'll be going away. Push away my doubts, what tomorrow will hold. Feeling fine for now, going down the road. Do-do-do-do-do. Try it one more time. Can't hear you. Do-do-do-do-do. Mary McCaslin was the writer of the song. I like to credit writers for some of the music, all the music I sing that's not my own, which is mostly. music I sing. And next one is credited to our good friend Uwe Kruger, originally from Switzerland via Germany and residing since the early 90s in one of our favourite places on earth, North Carolina. We're getting the gigs together, and if anyone out there from North Carolina has any ideas for stuff around Lenore, Little Washington or Raleigh, please let us know. And I just see the book, Kathleen, I got from San Rogers Festival. I must give them a look at it during the week.
Oh, yes.
Some of the pages, that's just down here on the shelf of the coffee table. Anyway, we're going to go to North Carolina. What time of the year, Kathleen?
Fall.
Fall. You were very quick there. I can see the excitement in your eyes. And for our adopted North Carolinian Irish man, Mr. Tom Coughlin. All the places I have been to, all the things that I have seen, since I left my home to wander when I was just 15. Though the travelling was easy, still sometimes the road got rough, and by the time that I turned 35, I thought I'd seen enough. But for me to settle down a while was not what God had planned. So one more time I left my home with my suitcase in my hand. Though the journey took me far and wide across the deep blue sea, and now I know since I've been there where I was meant to be. And I've seen sunsets on the ocean, I've seen the desert bloom, drove the endless highways beneath the prairie moon. Yet the picture in my mind I see when I think about it all is the color of the leaves in Carolina in the fall. Now for 30 years I've sang the songs Doc has told to me, and the things that he would sing about I never dreamed I'd see. In the hills of Carolina, folks have opened up the door, and for the first time in my life I'm not a stranger anymore. And I've seen sunsets on the ocean, I've seen the desert bloom, drove the endless highways beneath the prairie moon. Yet the picture in my mind I see when I think about it all is the color of the leaves in Carolina in the fall. Yet the picture in my mind I see when I think about it all is the color of the leaves in Carolina in the fall. can't wait to get over there.
Oh, yeah.
The last verse in particular always touches me, you know. Folks have opened up their doors, couldn't be more true. Places I dreamed I'd never see, I've seen. And the songs that Doc has taught to me, I was lucky to have seen Doc play in his, near his home, in his home state of North Carolina at Merlefest up to 2012. I think I saw him play twice or 3 times. And driving up to where he came from in Deep Gap and all those places, and it's a big hello to his brother-in-law Jay Carlton, who we befriended at the Liver Mush Monday after Happy Valley Festival, and our friend from St. Mudler, Ben, was discussing. We got in on the act. We were qualified and have tasted liver mush. Even Kathleen decided she'd.
Well, I had to try it, but I wasn't.
Happy Valley, the Fiddlers Convention is going to be on the first weekend we go over, and I hope to perform at it. And traditionally, when that weekend's over on the Monday morning, everyone goes to the local diner, and there's music played, people dance, stories told, and Liver Mush Monday is what it's affectionately known as. So we can't wait to get back. As we're in the subject of North Carolina, one of the great states of bluegrass. This coming Sunday, this weekend, the 24th of April, I'll be doing a bluegrass concert, gig, whatever you want to call it, at 4 p.m. in Kanturk in North Cork, in Bob's Bar, and also have Owen and Kylie joining me for some of the set, and that goes on. My performance lasts about 50 minutes, and then we have a little break and everyone gets their bluegrass instruments out, and we'll have a free-for-all jam after. And really looking forward to that. And if there's anyone out there in North Cork that's looking in, or know people in North Cork, let them know. Bob's Bar, Kanturk, on Sunday at 4 p.m. kickoff. So looking forward to that. In the meantime, folks, we've got to make our way to Kelleher, to the famous Foley's Bar and Restaurant, where I've made loads of friends, and we have made loads of friends, and that's where a lot of our great things started, Kathleen, yeah?
Sure.
In the meantime, take care of yourselves, folks, and thank you for looking in. Sorry about the short notice, about the start time, but as I said, I'm a stubborn, I wasn't going to cancel it. When we look and we see things are not what they should be, God's counting on me, God's counting on you. Now when we look and we see things are not what they should be, God's counting on me, God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, me and you. When there's big problems to be solved, let's get everyone involved. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. When there's big problems to be solved, let's get everyone involved. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, me and you. Don't give up, don't give in, working together we all can win. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. Now don't give up, don't give in, working together we all can win. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, me and you. It's time to turn things around, trickle up, not trickle down. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. It's time to turn counting on me. God's counting on you. Now hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Me and you. What we do now, you and me, will affect eternity. God's counting on me. God's counting on you. What we do now, you and me, will affect eternity. God's counting on me. God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Me and you. Now when we sing with younger folks, we can never give up hope. God's counting on me. God's counting on you. Now when we sing with younger folks, we can never give up hope. God's counting on me. God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Me and you. Now hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Me and you. Folks, thank you very much. We won't get around to answering your comments until later, sometime in the next 24 hours. We love looking at the comments and replying. And we love you all, folks. Thank you for tuning in. And I'm going to be in Kelleher in the next hour. And also tomorrow evening, if there's anyone in that neck of the woods. Foley's Kelleher tonight, Friday, tomorrow, Saturday. In the meantime, have a great week, folks. Thank you for everything. See you soon. We'll let you know about the next episode.